Well, hello everyone. I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class. It's been a couple weeks. Last week my class was pre-recorded, and this week I'm back. I went to Long Beach, California for Onstage, which is Stampin' Up's annual convention, and we had a blast. If you did not check out the videos that I shared yesterday, I did one at 10 a.m. Central Time, and then I did another one at 6 p.m. You'll want to go do that because I share the new in colors, do some color comparison, and then in the evening video, I did like almost all the gifts and things that I got. I actually missed a couple. My desk was so full last night that I missed sharing a couple cards, so I'll show those today. It is Wednesday, March 18th. 2026, as I'm coming to you live, and we're going to do a fun fold card today, which is a variation of a card that I shared last spring. I did that card in a few different blog posts. Let me just pull those up. I think I still have them marked. I'll show you what those are, and you can then have an idea of what I'm going to share today. Because well, here's the thing. I have to apologize. I don't have my blog post ready. And I hope you'll understand. I came back on a red-eye flight. I had my original flight got canceled on Sunday, and then I had to fly overnight on Sunday evening. I was very tired pretty much all through Monday. Did a couple lives yesterday, trying to prepare for my craft along class and get the supplies out, which I did not get out yet. And so if you've signed up for that, just know that that will be a little bit later. I'm hoping to get those out in the mail tomorrow, but I didn't get to a blog post yet. So forgive me on that. Do you see this card that's sitting right here? It's kind of like you can barely see it. It's just peeking through there. And then I'm going to scroll down. This is from a past post. Here's another version of that same card. It's a, what's it called? A pyramid. Let me see. Pillar pyramid. It's a pillar pyramid card. That's what we're doing today, but we're going to do the landscape version of it. Here are a couple other styles in the portrait version. So it's taller rather than wider, right? And then this is, I think, the original post that I did with the Gallery Blooms suite of products. So you can see it's a really fun card, and it actually flattens down so that you can see it, so that it can mail into an envelope. So we're going to do a landscape version of that. So get ready to write down measurements because I don't have the PDF ready. I don't even have yeah, anyways, you're just going to have to take some notes and then, or just be patient. I will try to get my blog post either tomorrow or the next day. There's a lot going on. I'm actually surprised that I got my hair on top of my head today and a few bits of makeup on. So if you have not chimed in yet, please say hello. I would love to, hear that you're here and, share a little bit about you. Tell us what's going on, maybe weather. Weather's always a fun topic to start out with. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, please let me know too. And I want to introduce you to someone who's not new to my channel. Trisha Josephs is here. She is the moderator of my channel, and she's here to help answer questions and give you information and guide you along the way. So if you have questions, post them. Hopefully she'll see them and she can respond, because I just chat during these classes. I am focused in on what I'm showing. I have a hard time answering questions myself. So thank you, Trisha, for being here. And thank you, Bonnie, for the reminder. If you are able to, and if you enjoyed the video as we're going along, please give me the thumbs up, share, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. Okay, and I love it. Diane's watching from work. Way to go. I hope you're on a break, or I hope you don't get in trouble. Okay, so let's see. Where should we start first? Let's start with showing the last couple things from the onstage goodies that I got. We'll show those because I will forget. If I forget, I'm going to be so sad. So let's bring you to the desktop first. This is the new publication, by the way. I cannot open it for you. I can't show you what's inside. If you're a demonstrator, there is a digital version on the website as of 2 days ago. And so you can check that out and plan your pre-order, plan what you're going to order. Demonstrators get to order from the new products from this catalog and the May online exclusives, March 24th. So coming up soon. So, and you can pretty much order everything and anything out of this one because it's a shorter catalog. We have gotten away from the annual thick catalog. And we're doing 3 catalogs a year as of this one. So this will be the May through August catalog. And so with that, yay for demonstrators, we can pre-order pretty much anything and everything that's in here, unless it's currently unavailable because we're still waiting for it to come into stock, okay? So check that out. And if you're not a demonstrator, join us. Get the starter kit. Okay, here are a couple other, because we have fun, don't we? We have so much fun. Here are a couple other projects that I forgot to share, and I'm feeling so bad about this. This card is from Joanne Brisbois. Oh gosh, I'm messing up your name, Joanne. But please forgive me that I forgot. I had 2 cards that were like ducked in my pile. I pulled them over there last night as I was sharing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to share this one and Brandy's. So we'll start with Brandy's. So Brandy's is from Brandy Barnard. This is a cute little like drink supplement holder. So it's something like you put, oh no, this wasn't, I'm thinking this, I saw the strawberries. This is a mask. You don't drink this. But you know how sometimes there's like those little shaker things that you put into glasses? That's what I was thinking this was. This is a mask that you put on your face and you minimize your pores and all that. Anyway, she had these stapled within cardstock, which I thought was really cute. Some embossed cardstock here, a little strawberry. Yeah, and so thank you, Brandy, for this cute idea. I love it, love it. And then this card is, again, from, and I want to say the French way, like bois at the end, but that would be bribois, right? Bribois. Anyways, brisbois. But thank you. It was so fun to get this card. We opened it up together when she gave it to me, and check this out. So it's one of those Z-fold type cards. And look at, isn't this cool? I'm so in love with this. And I can't believe I did not get the Gears bundle when it was available. Like, it just keeps going. When it was available to us earlier, it's currently unavailable. I have put myself on the wait list. When you go into the online store and you see a product that you want and it says currently unavailable, you can choose to have a notification sent to your email address. So if you have not ever gone to the online store, you can go to stampyourart.com and then click on shop, and it will take you to the online store, shopping through me. If you want to shop through somebody else, you can just go straight to stampinup.com and shop through whoever you're shopping through. Oh, thank you, Marie. I took some French classes in high school and college, but yeah, my sister, she speaks pretty great French, and like she majored in it. I am not, I'm the math girl in the family. Okay, oops, and I cut this on the side to open it up. So this is beautiful, beautiful paper that you have to see. Okay, if you have not seen this yet, you're gonna take a peek at it now because it is the star of the show on this fun fold card, and I have bits and pieces of it because I had a couple packs and I cut these supplies into multiple pieces so that our team could make these fun fold cards. So the card that I'm sharing today is actually a fold that we made at our team event on Wednesday night of last week down in Long Beach, California. This card and then another card that I'll show you too, which my upline and friend and partner in crime, we host a lot of things together. I love her for that. She's such a talented lady. Susan Campfield, by the way, her million sales retreat, her million sales stamp set is being released in this catalog, and she showed it off in her live last night. So yeah, let's go back to this. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because there's so much to share. So this beautiful paper, Delicate Dreams, I mean, take a peek at this. It's got some like copperish kind of foiling. I say copperish because I don't think they actually called it copper. Maybe they did. But isn't that gorgeous? So this is the paper that we used on the card along with, I believe it was this gray paper here. So that gray paper has kind of a copper foiling on the other side. So that's one sheet. This is the other sheet. These again are the 2 that we'll be using. Mossy Meadow on the other side. And then you can see the other 4 designs. We have this beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous hydrangea. Hue is the name of that color, and the florals on here are stunning. On the back side, we have Secret Sea with some copper little flowers drawn in. The other paper right underneath that is similar to this one, but no green in there. And the other side of that is like a linen kind of look with, I think that would be crumb cake. And oh, here's a fun one. This one you can actually like die cut these flower pieces with the matching dies, and that's the back side. And then the last one, the paper is always so pretty. Stampin' Up's paper. What is Susan's name? Susan Campfield, and her channel is Sue Stampfield. And there's the back side of that one. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna put this stuff aside, and I have no room to put stuff aside. I'm getting ready for the craft along, which means I'm packing up like tons, and I have tables full of things. It's going to be a blast. Thank you for those of you that signed up. Okay, so we have, yes, I was at the live last night. So we have this beautiful cardstock, and I've already cut it down to 4 inches in this direction. Now, when you're going to do a card like this, it's got, let me show you the card. Oh my goodness, Rachel, you haven't even shown it yet. So this is the pyramid, the pillar pyramid. Okay, got the idea originally from Mixed Up Crafts. She did a version that was for like a 5x7 card, so I changed the measurements to work with the standard Stampin' Up size, which fits into our medium size envelope, so you can flatten it down. Okay, and so we are going to check out this paper here. Do you see how that paper kind of alternates on these steps? We are going to cut that paper. Now, because I used 2 different kinds of paper, I don't have to have 6 full inches. Instead, I need to have 3 inches and 3 inches. So what I mean by 6 full inches is if you look at this, I've flattened it out in this direction here. We have a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch. That's 2 so far. Here's another 1/2 inch plus a whole plus a 1/2 on this side. So that's another 2 inches. And then if you look at this side, we have 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. So that's another 2 inches. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. And if you need to, you can rewatch this video, slow down my voice, and listen to me saying 2 plus 2 plus. I'm just kidding. Because I talk really fast sometimes when I'm excited. So we're going to take this 6 inches width of designer paper. We're going to divide it into 2 parts. And you can see we have a 1/2 plus a 1/2, that's 1, another 1, and a 1/2 plus a 1/2 is another 1. So we have 3 inches of the gray and 3 inches of the gray, right? Here's a full, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. That equals 3. Okay, trust me. So let's go ahead and cut this into little strips of 1/2 inches. So we're gonna keep them together in like a puzzle design. Okay, so I've got a 1/2, another 1/2. So these are all 1/2 inch by 4 inch. Another 1/2. These will go on one side of the card, and then on the other side of the card, I'm going to do these 3. Oh, good. We got a big periwinkle flower in there too. Okay, so those will go on the other side. Then with this paper, we're going to do, and we don't necessarily, because it's such a similar design throughout and you don't see a lot of connecting images, it doesn't matter if these get mixed up, but I'll keep them in order anyways. So we're going to do a 1/2, and I'm going to shove these in between here. Oops, this one's going to go on this side because that one's on the far right of the card. And then we need a 1/2. We need a full inch. That's going to be the one in the middle. We need a 1/2 again. So if you have a really strong pattern, and one more 1/2, if you have a really strong pattern, you'll want to make, like the floral here, you'll want to make sure that you keep everything in order. It'll just look more cohesive when you create the card. If your flowers flow, you can see how the leaves flow together here. The flower petals flow together. See how that goes right into that design there. So that's the only reason. But if you have something like this, it's not as big of a deal. And I don't know where I'm setting things because my table behind me is full. Okay. Next, we want to prepare some of our pieces. So I'm going to pull out some patterns here, and you can take a screenshot. That's what you can do. You can do a screenshot of this, and that will help you to prepare your pieces, okay? We're going to do, let me pull from this one, because I still have some make and take little kit pieces left over here. Okay, so we're going to start with our large base piece. Our large base piece measures, I'm just going to pull out my ruler here. It measures 4 1/4 inches tall, because that's how a landscape card in Stampin' Up! Terms is 4 1/4 inches tall in the inches measurements, right? The letter size paper. And then we also have it going to 10 1/2. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 10 1/2. We have score lines in here that you can't see yet because I haven't emphasized them, but the score lines are at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4. Then we have, let's see here, 1/2 inch, 1 1/4. Did I mess that up? I did. I messed it up on my paper. 5 1/2 and 6 1/4. I'm writing that down right now. Oh, that's because I'm looking at the wrong paper. I have the right paper here. Okay, so here we go. 4 1/4 by 10 1/2, scored at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. So let me show you now. I have those score lines in here. So I'm going to emphasize them and give them wonderful crisp creases with my bone folder. It's the best paper. I agree, Brenda. It's so pretty. And here we have, there we go. So we have our 1/2, 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. So here we have a 3/4 of an inch like height on our little section. If you look at this card, each one of those sections are going to be 3/4 of an inch in height if you are sitting them as a box type thing on your table. 3/4, 3/4, okay? So again, 1/2, 1 1/4, 5 1/2, 6 1/4. And again, I promise to get this PDF and the blog post set up soon, okay? All right. Yes, we did miss Trisha on stage. Thank you for saying that, Rosie. She needed to be there. Trisha, we missed you. Okay, so that's the base piece. Now let's go on to the middle piece. The middle one, and I'll just give you this right now so you can screenshot it or write it down quickly. And then I'm going to show you that piece, which I believe is, yep, it's this one here. Okay. So 4 1/4 inches high, just like the other one, but now 7 1/2 inches wide, scored at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 4 inches, and 4 3/4. So again, we have that 3/4 inch height on the sides. Normally, if you're new to my channel, normally I actually cut the paper from step 1 and do the scoring and all that, but these pieces were already prepared because we did make and takes, and I'm exhausted today. No, I'm just kidding. And we have so much to share all the time, right? I feel like I've been talking for hours with you guys because our lives were, what? Were they an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes each yesterday? It was a long live, like a long couple lives. So I apologize about that. The last piece is this one that goes on top. So in other words, I hope that you come back and visit my channel, because usually I'm not this blah, 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 fast of a talker. I usually am a little slower, but I'm just like reeling. Okay, this one is 4 1/4 inches high by 4 1/2 inches wide, scored at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 3 1/4. Do you notice that there's a little bit of a similar pattern on these 3 pieces? Can anybody tell me what that similar pattern is in the measurements? So again, 4 1/4 inches high by 4 1/2, scored at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 3 1/4. Let me fold that one for you. Tell me if you know, what is the similarity? Now, when I was watching Susan's lives yesterday, it reminded me to remind you, thanks, Terry. It reminded me to remind you that we are making cards that we gift people, and we're really touching people's lives with what we make. We love to create, but you have to take it a step further and actually mail your cards to people, okay? Brighten their day. Oh, good. Thanks, Brenda. All right, so now what we're gonna do, did anyone figure out the similarity for all of these? There's like, I'll wait, because you probably, there's always that delay. So we have our 3 pieces here. We're gonna now put them together. And when we put them together, we're going to use a strong enough adhesive. Now I can tell you that you could use tear and tape, you could use glue, but you can also just use like seal adhesive, because this card isn't like, it's not like doing a strong pull against itself when it props up. So I'm just gonna use regular seal adhesive like this. And we're gonna go ahead and put adhesive on that 1/2 inch wide section right here, like that. So this is where the adhesive is, and I'll just angle it towards the light so you can see. No one noticed. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I don't hear anybody responding to my question. Take a peek at the start of all of these pieces. They all start out with the 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inch measurements. So it makes it easy to remember. I believe it'll help. Yes, thank you, Rosie. It'll make it easy to remember putting this together in the future if you just have those first 2 measurements down for all your pieces. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flatten. We're flattening at the second score line. So we have a score line here and a score line here. We're gonna flatten it down. And we're going to flatten at the first score line on this side. And that's going to make our sections meet at that 1/2 inch score line there and connect. Okay, we've got them connected, and then if we test it out, we can press in this direction. It should flatten in 2 different directions so that it will fit into your envelope, right? And by the way, when you do flatten this largest piece down, it's not quite 5 1/2 inches, but I would have had to use like 12 by 12 cardstock to get a much wider base. And 5 inches in a 5 1/2 inch envelope is totally fine. So we've got that going on there. That's ready to go. And this, where it connects, I consider the back. So I'm just going to flip that over. Let's work on the next one. Let's take our adhesive and add it to this 1/2 inch. Then we're going to position it in front of us with not the first fold, but the second fold flattened down. And then we're going to come over with the first fold on this side and not the second, so that it connects together at that 1/2 inch section. And then if you press it back and forth, you can see that we've got our piece that will collapse on itself. Now this is the back because there's that connection. So I'm going to flip it over and set it aside. Our last piece is this one. Same thing, that 1/2 inch, that's where we put the adhesive. And we're putting the adhesive, by the way, on the outer part. I forgot to mention that, but you don't want to have it on the inside. You want to have it on the outside. And then we fold and fold, second score line, and on this side it's the first score line. Press it down and bend back and forth to test it to make sure it will flatten each way. Okay? Here's the back side, so flip it over. Now here's our stack. We've got them all stacked together. In the videos that I shared with the portrait style pillar pyramid card, I told you to grab a pencil and a ruler to mark so far in, but I came up with another way that I think is actually easier. It's a little more casual, so it might bug some of you who are very, very accurate with your measurements, but we're gonna do it a different way. We're gonna pull these 2 aside, and we're gonna start with this piece. We're gonna add our designer paper, and you could do this with your glue or with your seal or whatever, you know, adhesive is your choice. We're gonna flatten it down, and we're gonna place this within the area of our 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/2 or 4 1/4 inch section here, so that we have 1/8 of an inch of white all the way around. Can you see that? Then we're going to take the second piece, and we're working from our right to our left because I'm right-handed. But you could go the other way if you want to. Okay. Now we're going to add this piece on the other side of the score line, like this. And I want to make sure, yep, that looks good. So that we have a similar 1/8 of an inch on those 3 sides. Don't worry about what's in the middle yet. Now let's go to the other side. Let's take this piece and add it. All right, we're going to add that over here, like so that we have an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This looks so much better than the one that I had demonstrated at the actual event in Long Beach, you guys. If you were there, raise your hand, shout out if you were at our team event in at the Marriott in Long Beach, because I'm holding it up in the air and I'm trying to glue these pieces on, and it was funny. Okay, now I'm going to flatten it down again, and we're going to add this piece. I don't even want to show you that sample that I had started. It's quite the mess. A flat table is always wonderful. Okay, now when you add these, make sure that you have that 1/8 of an inch, because if you're getting too close to this side on either side, then this isn't going to look even enough. In fact, I think I'm going to peel this one up, and thankfully I didn't use glue. That is the advantage to seal adhesive, is you can still kind of get it repositioned if you're using seal versus the glue. Now with the glue, you can position it as you're adding it, like you can kind of move it a bit, but with glue you can't pull it up afterwards. So I just wanted a little bit bigger gap on this right hand side here to make it look more even with this side. So now I have that. For the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to add this on here. No measurements, no pencil lines. We already have our indications of where we should add it. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on the back. A little line there and a little line there. And then I'm going to flatten this down. I'm going to temporarily kind of put it in place here so it looks like it's got a nice gap. And then I'm going to lift up over here. Yep, this looks good. So we have it in the middle between our, yes, yay. See how easy that is? No pencil lines. It's just wonderful. Again, this piece, I'm just going to move it a little bit. There. Ta-da! All right, next we're going to do this section. So you can see, if you don't like measuring, this is totally the best way. Rose was there. Thanks, Rose. Flatten it down. Rosie was there too. I'm having a feeling she's going to shout it out as well. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Linda. Rosie, yep, I see her hands raising. Yay. Okay, and then this one can go right next to it. And see how these three kind of puzzle piece together? It's all connecting design. I love that. We'll add that in place. Oops. So you just have to be able to eyeball if you're going to do it in this way, right? If you don't like eyeballing, get the ruler out. Now we'll pull this one over. The accents on the cards are super easy. We didn't get too elaborate with them, but you totally could. Like you could, pull out lots of die cut layers if you want to. Add lots of greenery around your circle center spotlight area. I'll show that to you in just a minute so you can see it again. Hard to see with white, but I am getting that 1/8 inch gap here between. There we go. That's better. That's better, Rachel. So see how those flow together? And now we have that 1/8 of an inch on either side. We have the 1/8 inch in all the sections, that little white border all the way around. Now we add this piece. So I'll put my adhesive on the back. I have to flatten to do that. And then we're going to, and you could just do it like this too, whatever works for you. But we just want to get it in the middle visually. Yay. Okay, that looks good. And I noticed that my 1/4 inch piece is slightly longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and flatten it down and get my scissors, because I had cut all these pieces beforehand for the event. And sometimes we get a little off when we're mass producing. Okay, there we go. And then the last is to add these 3 strips. And again, we kept them in a row, which should help. But this one does not have a real strong design to it. Add the 2 sides first. And the middle one is a 1-inch piece. The measurements on this are fairly easy to work with, right? No 16th inches from Rachel today. And then this one just gets added right in the middle. Let me show you the difference between this style and the portrait style real quick. Here's one of my portrait styles. Okay, I love these cards in that you can display them because they stand up by themselves. The portrait style has 1/2 inch depth on each of the layers, so it's a little flatter, doesn't stand out as much, but math-wise, it just worked out best that way. This one will flatten to a 4 1/4 inch wide card, so you get more of a true measurement to fit in that envelope. Okay, but either way, they still work. And you can see how I added accents on the lower layer on this card and on the upper layer. Oh, I got a little mark on there. Here's another version of that card, similar to the one we're doing today, where we have the circle accents on the front with our embellishments around it. And then here is a blue ribbon version. So on this one, oh, and I also changed out the paper. So I have the paper with that purple paper rather than the gray paper, which I felt was a little brighter, but I didn't have enough of it to use for the team event. So they got the gray, plus the gray ribbon is part of the suite. This Secret C open weave ribbon is not part of the suite, the same suite, the Delicate Dream suite. So, but check out these 2 cards next to each other. I'm going to walk you through putting the accent piece together. What I did is I die cut from the dies, and let me show you. Oh my gosh, I haven't even shown you the bundle yet. Here's the stamp set. Here are the dies. Within the dies, you get this one and this one. And so what I did is because I was making a lot of these card supply pieces, is I took and cut from my Mossy Meadow 2-tone cardstock both of these. So one person may have gotten this one person may have gotten this one. As you can see, this is the curved one here. And you can also see on the flip side that we have 2 different greens. So you could choose the dark or the light side. It's hard to see with my hand in the way, sorry. But it's from our 2-tone cardstock. So we have a light side and a dark side. And then you're just going to take and cut it with your snips, scissors, whatever you got handy there. I'm going to cut right in through here to make these look like 2 separate branches. And if you have to, you can kind of trim it up a little bit to make it prettier without cutting off extra leaves. Okay, so there's one leaf that I'm going to use, leaf cluster, and there's the other one. And I believe, let's see here. Oh, I thought I used 2 different ones. Oh, did I? I don't even know how I did that one, but that's like a tinier little one in there. Anyways, that's so long ago when I created this card, but I won't replicate it exactly. Looks like this one came from here, and this one may have come from here. I don't know. Anyways, it's the same piece. We'll just go with it. So we've got our circles, and our circles are cut from our 1 3/4 inch circle punch with basic white cardstock, which is what I'm using for the base. And I'm not using thick, by the way. I'm using regular because we have so many layers. And then we have the other punch from Secret C cardstock, 1 7/8, which is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So when they layer on top of each other, they look fabulous. I'm going to grab a ink pad Forgot to grab my Secret C ink pad. So we're opening that up. We're gonna mount our stamp from our set, and I think I'll do a thank you kindly card. Just separate the two layers here. Grab our stamp, lay it down on the table so it relaxes. Pick it up with the block on the flat side so that the stamping side is on here, and then just tap, tap, tap. You can see right through it. When you have larger stamps, by the way, this is a great tool to use, the Stamp and Pierce mat, especially with solid or larger stamps. It gives a nice even surface. I'm doing a quick stamping here. Thank you kindly. Then we can take and use our seal or our glue. I have to show you these glue holders, you guys. This is from the Country Hive. Stinking cute little peeps. You got to check out what they have here. And then they also have this limited edition 2026 on stage glue holder. Love it, love it. So I'm going to add some glue to the center. Do you know that your glue also has two ends? You could use this end or the tip. So this one makes kind of like a wider area of glue, and you can spread it out with the tip that's on there. We're going to flip this over and add it straight to the middle. And on both of these samples, I just realized, oh, here, can you see that? I can move this around before it sets in place. So that's the advantage to glue. But once it's in place, and you can't really peel it back up again. Okay, there's my thank you kindly. What I noticed on my finished samples that I forgot about is I actually stuck my greenery between the two layers. So I'm going to see if I can do that because I didn't put my glue all the way to the edges. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here from my precision tip bottle. Light green, dark green, whatever floats your boat. Just stick a little bit in there and we'll insert it. There we go. And then the same thing with the other side. Now you could also put this on the back of your circle. You could do that. Might have to trim this one. Yeah, because it's not gonna, I'm gonna trim it. I'm gonna trim it because I have too long of a stem. We'll add that in there like that. And now that looks funny, so we're gonna cut that off. It's a floating stem. Okay, there's that. Now we're gonna add dimensional. Oh wait, before we add dimensionals, let's grab our ribbon. So we have about 12 inches of ribbon that we are gonna tie in a wide bow. I'm doing long loops on this because I want it to stick out beyond the circle. Okay, do you see a wide, wide bow? We're going to use a glue dot and add that to our card. So we kind of have to eyeball where this is going to sit. We'll put our ribbon back there. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll flatten it down, press that ribbon down, and then we'll use dimensionals to add our layer. So we're going to put one here and one here. And the dimensionals, as you can see with this bow, they are at the same height as the top of the bow. So we have adhesive that's going to stick up at the right spot here. Just look at the words as you add them. Look at your 1-inch column of designer paper and make sure that everything looks centered within that 1-inch column and that your words are going perpendicular or horizontal to the base of the card, perpendicular to the base, right? So we want them to lie the correct way. Okay, and there's our, oh, we have accents. We have accent choices here too. Let me show you the accent choices. Oh, and I'm gonna show you this too. I'm gonna flatten this one down and I'm gonna stick it into the envelope. So you can see it fits into an envelope. It's got a little bulk because there's a lot of layers, but with a non-machinable stamp, you should be just fine. Accents. Where did my accents go? Oh, here they are. Because again, my tabletop is a mess. You should see it, you guys. It's crazy. I used rhinestones on this finished sample, but at the team event, I distributed the copper, or the metallic, I should say, the metallic gems. Susan actually had a ton of the copper ones left over, so we used up her copper ones, and you can see on this one how the copper just really works well with that beautiful paper. It's just stunning. Can you see that? So we're going to use the copper of the metallic gems, and we'll apply those with our take your pick tool, wherever that is. Here it is. Okay. Just press that gummy end into a ball again. It flattens out when you use it. And I don't know, maybe I'll stick a large one here and a small one. And then another small up in here. So there we have our finished cards. Our finished pillar pyramid cards in the landscape portion or version. These dies here are very like detailed. And so I just want to tell you, because I didn't demonstrate this, but I mentioned this as a supply item. You can get the die brush adapter for the Take Your Pick tool, and you just take and screw it into the end where the gummy end is, and you can it helps to remove your dies, your paper from your dies. So just wanted to point that out. I want to show you Susan's version of the card that she did. What time are we on? Oh my gosh. I talked so fast in the beginning that we are like ending earlier. This is Susan's version of the card that we did so we each made like a card, and then she shared this one for the team. I love all the copper on there. Look how gorgeous that is. And then it's a fun fold. Can you see that? It's a Z fold with some pop-up elements, or a pop-up element on the inside. Really pretty. I have some news to share with you besides the fact that we're getting new products on May 5th. But let me put this aside on my computer so I can read what I need to talk about. We have new products also on May 5th, not only in the catalog, but we have the online exclusive release, and then we will have new kits. Now, go backwards to April, because we're not even close to May yet. Go backwards to April. I want to tell you, in April, they are going to post additional last chance products, some things that will no longer be available that they're depleting inventory on. So watch for that news. If you are a subscriber to my blog, you will notice in the bottom of every blog post, my news, my promotional stuff, all those kinds of things are shared at the bottom of every post. So you can kind of stay updated on what's happening. And in there, if the last chance list gets posted on a particular day, I will update my promotions area. So you can take a peek at that and see what's leaving. I will tell you right now that these colors are going to be on the list. These are the 2024 through 26 in colors. And I'll just put here, I'll put them on my desktop here so you can see, and we'll zoom in. These are the in colors: Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Summer Splash. I know, we're all mourning. We're like, it's sad. It's very, very sad. We are going to miss these colors. They're so pretty. But these are trending colors, and they change every 2 years. We're still keeping the Secret Sea, that collection of 5 that came out last year for another year, and then those will leave after next year. But also know that a color refresh happens every so many years too, and we have been told by Stampin' Up! That not this May, but next May, there will be a color refresh, which means maybe some popular colors in the past will return. Maybe new colors will be introduced, but Stampin' Up! Stays on trend, and that's what I love, because we don't want to be still creating with colors from the 80s, right? Okay, or maybe we do. All right, Also in news, oh, and then in April, we'll have a kits collection release. Now go to, let's see here. What am I talking about next? Product of the month. Product of the month also debuts at the beginning of the months. Now it's not on the first of the month. Stampin' Up! Works on the first Tuesday of every month. At least that's what they're doing nowadays. So whatever the first Tuesday of the month is, that's the day that you will see product of the month, kits collection, new release of products, last chance refresh, all that kind of stuff. Those happen on the Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month. So yeah, we'll see a new product of the month. But I also have in my hands, finally, it came while I was on stage because I didn't rush my order because I knew I didn't have time to create with it. But look at this stinking cute set, Notes of Spring. This is the March product of the month that you can get for $5 in the US with a $75 order in the US. We have markets all over the world, so that's why I'm saying US. If you use US pricing, it's $75 order to get this for $5. And craft along. My craft along, as I mentioned, I'm working on assembling packets. I have piles on the floor over in front of me. I have piles back here. I have another pile behind me on the floor. Anyways, I told you guys that if you signed up by the 5th of the month that I would mail these on the 17th. I did not get them in the mail yet. I'm still working on them, but I am rushing I'm rushing. So I'm going to get them in the mail, hopefully by tomorrow. I still have a few more things to finish and then we should be done. And my husband is so amazing. He was doing die cutting last night. We're getting it out there. Calendar. I want to show you my calendar because I forget to do that sometimes. And if you are interested in knowing when I'm going to have my lives, this is a great place to go. So I'm going to first click on one of my videos and grab that link. I'm sure Trisha is also sharing that link in her reminder posts, but let me just pull this up for you here. Oh, I want to tell you one more thing too, because I noticed actually two more things. I have two more bits of news. Let's go over to the computer really quick. Okay, so we're on the computer and I want to point out this page, which is in my website. It's under Paper Pumpkin and it's called Stamp Set Case Inserts. I'm a Paper Pumpkin addict. I love them. In fact, I used to paint my fingernails to match every kit until I reacted to nail polish and I can no longer do that. But I just love them. They are so much fun. This is a resource that I've been sharing here thanks to Stampin' Up. I don't create the, let's just click on one. I don't create these PDFs. This comes from Stampin' Up. I just add them here so that if you forget to grab them as a subscriber or you get a kit at a garage sale or whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to put that stamp set into a stamp set case and put it on my shelf with all my others. These are stamp set case PDFs. You print them off and you can, organize all your stamp sets that way if you like to do it that way. They just announced that they're no longer going to be doing that. I think it's for the April kit moving forward. So, but there's some other imagery that they're sharing, and I'm guessing it's so that you can create your own. But I will continue to share that here, whatever it is that they're going to give us. I will just change a bit of the wording around. So it won't necessarily be like a stamp set case insert, but it will be something that will help you to stay organized. This other link, oops, not this one, but this here, this is the logo area of my website. So if you go to shop and then you go to tutorials and then you go to logo items, you're able to find some things that say stamp your art out on it, or like this tumbler, this bag, there's different things in there that have my logo. But I also sell these enamel pins. I have a few left from last year, but I'm going to be adding more to my online store by the weekend. I announced that last night in my live, so I just want to point that out. This is the Google Calendar. I'll show you the pins if I remember here too. This is the Google Calendar and it's linked in every description of my recent videos on YouTube. So if you go to the description of my video, you can find the link to this calendar. And this is what I typically will update first. I also have a calendar in my blog, and I have a list of dates on my Facebook page. So I try to update those so that you can see when my lives are coming up. This is the one we're on today. And then you can see the next live will be on Friday evening. Okay? All right, let me show you the pins because I remembered. They are somewhere. They're on my floor. Oh, here they are. I got them. Okay, so I have one more set of pins coming, and they are not here yet. So that's why I haven't put them in the online store, but you can see we have the Stampin' Positioner, we have the ink pads, and then I'll have a trimmer. So if you're into collecting these pins or you need to give gifts to somebody, let's say you're an upline and you want to give some team gifts. So I buy them in bulk and then I gifted them to my team at the convention. But if I buy them in bulk, I have to get like a lot, right? And so I sell the rest on my website. So anyways, if you're interested, just check Saturday or Sunday on my blog in that area. I think I shared all the news. That was a lot. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming to this live with me and for creating, and of course, for sharing your cards. Make sure that you are sharing those cards with the people that you love. I'm sorry, I'm clicking on some things on my computer to make sure I'm back on track here. Don't just make them. I mean, making them definitely gives you the creative therapy that we all need, right? We need creativity in our lives. It's so wonderful. It relaxes us. It gives us joy, but you can spread that joy by sharing your cards and your pages and your creations with other people through gifting it. Okay. All right, everybody. I adore you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you to my YouTube channel members. You rock. Thank you for supporting my channel in that way. Thank you to my subscribers. If you're subscribed to my channel, I really, really, truly appreciate you. Make sure your notifications are all set to all so that you know when I'm going live. On that note, I'm going to let you all go. Thanks, everybody. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.